Sharon Conti here with Val Nasser behind the camera for the Communications Advisory Committee. And today we get the opportunity to interview Jim Fleming, who is with the FMIUC Committee. And for all of you out there with dirty minds, it's not what you think. Jim's going to tell us a little bit about it, what the acronym stands for, and what they do for us as volunteer committee members and decision makers and advisors to the board. Jim, thank you so much for coming and spending time with us. We're super excited to hear about what you guys do, and I know we will appreciate you so much more at the end of this time.
Well, thank you for inviting me, and I appreciate the opportunity to share what we do on behalf of the homeowners here.
So tell us, what does the FMIUC stand for?
FMIUC is Facilities, Maintenance, Infrastructure, Utilities Committee.
Awesome. So you guys have got a lot on your plate.
Quite a bit. There are currently 5 members to the committee, and we act as advisors to the board of directors for developing long-term and short-term maintenance programs and for dealing with any of the issues in the facilities, maintenance, infrastructure, and utilities in our community.
All right, so talk to me about what all of that entails, because it sounds like it's so much. You know, we talked a little bit before we went on camera, and it's the roads. I mean, I didn't know it was the roads in here, and 22 miles of roads, and that's, I mean, it's a big responsibility.
If you think about it, there's 937 homes here. We are basically our own small town. We being the residents and the homeowners, are responsible for everything in Del Webb. We're responsible for the roads, the sidewalks, the structure of the buildings, the air conditioning system, the athletic courts, you name it, the pools, the pool house, and all of the other things that go along with it.
And we rely on our city council, aka board of directors, to implement whatever it is you guys are finding that's in need of help or assistance or repair.
Yeah, exactly.
General repair.
As an advisory committee, anything that we are requested by the board, and sometimes other issues come up that we will address. And it's our job to be analytical, to decide, you know, is this a problem? Is it a short-term problem? Do we need to address it now? How much is it going to cost? What is the most efficient way to deal with it? And a lot of what we do revolves around a cost-benefit analysis for the community. So we're trying to save the community money, and we're trying to make the community a better place over the long term.
But to that point, what's best for the community isn't always what's cheapest.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're aware of the fact that this entire community, you know, especially this particular building,
we're sitting outside the clubhouse, everybody, in case you don't recognize the screened-in area.
It was constructed with what those of us from the construction business like to say is contractor-grade equipment.
Sure, which is everywhere.
Which is everywhere, including a lot of the homes. So when it comes time that we have to replace something, or we have to decide if we're going to try to maintain it and repair it, and what would the rest of the lifespan of that particular piece of equipment be versus buying a new one, that's where the cost-benefit analysis comes in. And sometimes, and actually most of the time, given the age of some of the equipment here and the grade of the quality of the equipment that was originally installed, we choose to do something that's more efficient, will last substantially longer, will save money on energy usage, and something that as a cost-benefit analysis tells us is the right thing to do for the community.
Well, that sounds just like what a lot of us do at home, so I think that's perfect. That's a great, you know, to me, that's a great practice to be in. So tell us a little bit about some of the opportunities we have as residents to assist you if perhaps maybe we see something that might need attention in the community. Maybe it's really not your job. Maybe that's another avenue we have to go down.
We've recently established an email address that's specific to our committee.
Oh, great. Okay. And that will be rolling at the bottom of the screen for all of you at home. So listen up as to what you're supposed to communicate via this email address.
Right. What we've recently done is we are asking the community, for instance, streetlights. If you see a street light in your neighborhood that's out, They all have numbers on the poles.
Yes, they do.
Take the number off the pole, take the address of the closest house, send us an email.
Okay.
We will gather them all, and there's more than you believe that go
I've
out
done it
at any
myself,
given time.
yeah.
We will gather that information, and we will communicate that to Duke Energy.
Now, do you prefer that we go this route versus just go right to the Duke Energy site?
It's definitely easier for people in the community
Okay.
to just, open up the email, put the information in, and we'll handle it.
Okay.
It was on First Services' plate. In our workings with them, and they've been outstanding to work with. They come to all of our meetings, we coordinate things, we help them analyze issues.
Yes.
They help us going forward, we help them as much as we can. We're taking it off their plate because one of the committee members has some great contacts with Duke Energy.
Good.
He knows the system inside and out, and what we do over time is we'll gather all of the reports from people, we'll send them in, and because of the contacts that our committee members have with Duke, the issues get resolved in a matter of a couple of days instead of possibly going on for weeks.
Okay, excellent, that's good. Is there another, streetlights, guys, the numbers on the streetlights, it couldn't be easier. So if you have one right now outside your house and you just keep forgetting about it until it's dark outside and then you can't go get the number, go get it now while you're watching, put me on pause and send the email. Is there another avenue that you set up a similar system or that we should all be aware of and alert about?
Not at the present time. We just started doing this. But if you see a need, or even if you have a want or a suggestion, gee, maybe the community could look at doing X, Y, Z instead of A, B, C. We'd be more than happy to take a look at that. So send us all of those suggestions and comments.
And we know there's people sitting at home right now that probably have backgrounds in, the basic infrastructure maintenance and facilities maintenance, that kind of thing. So we do appreciate any feedback from you at home who would know a little bit about this. And for those who don't and just have questions, feel free to email, but please appreciate that these residents are volunteers and we are not using this email to beat anybody up or to share a negative opinion. We want to keep all of this positivity going because these gentlemen donate a lot of time every month to make sure that the place we're living in is the best that it can be and we can get optimal resale value and we can keep this place looking great. So keep that in mind as you're crafting and drafting your emails. Is there anything else, Jim, that you would like us to cover today and just make the community aware of?
Along the lines of what you just said, we've had a number of people that have reached out to us over time that have said, gee, I really can't commit to the hours that you guys spend doing this.
Right.
But here's my background, and if there's any way I can help with anything in particular, let me know. So we've got a lot of great people in this community.
Oh, good.
And we'd like to have a list of more.
Okay, great.
So anybody, my response to everybody is this entire community is a small town that's run by the residents.
Right.
So if you'd like to help, reach out. We'll find a place for you to help.
So, all right. Well, I certainly appreciate this insight into the FMIUC, Facilities Maintenance Infrastructure Utilities Committee. And I, for one, appreciate the time that you all spend and the commitment that you have to the community, and I hope everybody at home does the same. So for Val Nasser behind the camera, this is Sharon Conti for the Communications Advisory Committee signing off. That's a wrap.